Just now we wrote 3 MapReduce programs. Just now we submitted all these 3 MapReduce programs to Hadoop. Hadoop has automatically taken the MapReduce program. It has automatically applied on the HDFS Hadoop distributed file system files, and it gave us the output. First one was user reviews. That was simply word count, each word and number of times it is appearing in that particular file. The second one is Stack Overflow tags. We counted the number of lines. In fact, we can extend this program to count the frequency of each tag, etc. We can try that little later. If you can write it your own in your own way, counting the tags. Let's say tag means if somebody writes a question on HTML, question based question, or something related to SAS or something related to R, then you will finally tag it as SAS or R or HTML or PHP, something like that. You want to count which question or which technology was most discussed, you can count the frequency of tags and find out which technology was most discussed in Stack Overflow questions, or which is the most frequent question, Android or something like that. Now then we went to stock price. We had taken second by second stock price, and we have found out the average stock price. In these 3 programs, there is one particular problem that we observed, that is MapReduce need to be written in Java. If you don't know Java, then you can't do MapReduce. In fact, not simply just knowing Java is not sufficient. You need to be really an expert in Java. So if you don't know Java, you can't do MapReduce. So MapReduce is not easy, especially if you are a non-Java programmer. If you are not aware of Java, if you can't write Java code on your own, if you don't know nitty-gritties, or if you don't know in and out of Java, you can't write MapReduce programs. If you can't write MapReduce programs, you can't handle big data. Before even handling big data, let's discuss about MapReduce and its problem with our problem with writing the MapReduce programs in Java. So MapReduce programs are written in Java, and not everyone among us, in fact none of us, have Java background. Even those who have Java background might have forgotten it long back, and you are not that confident. If you are confident, then well and good. So we need to be really an expert in Java, not just a beginner or an intermediate. You need to be expert level guy in Java to write a MapReduce program. Hadoop, we have Hadoop, right? It will take care of so many things, but still finally we need to write the programs in MapReduce manner. We have to write on our own, then those need to be written in Java. So Hadoop alone can't make our life easy. So while HDFS and MapReduce are solving the overall problem, but MapReduce, writing the MapReduce code in Java is not easy. First of all, converting the whole final object to logic itself into MapReduce style. What is MapReduce style? First local computation, on top of it reduce. So that is the MapReduce style. Now those MapReduce programs again need to be written in Java. So that is not, this whole process is not that easy. So if we don't know Java, then we can't do MapReduce programs. We simply can't write MapReduce program. So how do we solve this issue? Let's say if I want to write an SQL query, or if I want to simply calculate the average, if I want to join, or if I want to calculate a sum or count or word count, for everything I need to write MapReduce. Any objective I need to divide it into MapReduce, and then I have to write the MapReduce in Java. Is there any tool within Hadoop ecosystem that will automatically write MapReduce codes for me? If I write a simple scripting language, it will understand and convert it into Java MapReduce programs. Is there any tool like that inside Hadoop that will convert? Yes, there are certain tools. For example, there is a tool called Hive. You can write SQL kind of queries. SQL everybody knows, right? You write SQL, or at least you should know SQL, or at least SQL is easier compared to Java. So you write SQL code, then Hive will understand SQL code and convert it into MapReduce, submit on submit it to Hadoop. So basically there are some tools like Hive, Pig, Scoop, Flume. There are some tools that will make our life easy, since not everyone is from Java background. What these tools does, they'll make our MapReduce programming easy. What exactly that means? How do they make our MapReduce programming easy? Let us understand some tools. The first tool is Hive. Hive is for data analysis. Okay, if you know SQL, Hive is like SQL to Hadoop. Hive sits on top of Hadoop. So if you write SQL queries in Hive, so Hive will understand the SQL query and convert it into MapReduce. Let us suppose to calculate the number of rows. If you don't know Java, you can't write the program, line count program that we just saw. But you know the SQL query for that is select count star, right? You write that select count star SQL query inside Hive. Hive will automatically create the MapReduce Java based program, submit it to Hadoop, which is having this HDFS file, then finally give you the output. How do we calculate average? So SQL in SQL, how do you calculate average? Select average of a particular field, right? You write that SQL query, put it in Hive. Hive will write the query for you. Hive will write the MapReduce code for you. So that is one what you call scripting tool, or one tool that will make our life easy, which is sitting on top of Hadoop itself. Pig is again high level data processing tool that is there in Hadoop ecosystem. Pig has a different script, Pig Latin, that is also this is known as data flow language. So like Hive can convert SQL queries to MapReduce, Pig can convert even complicated queries, or Pig has a different language, but it is slightly easier compared to Java. So within Pig we can write some programs which will again be converted to MapReduce style Java programs, which will be submitted to Hadoop. Hadoop will run them on these datasets. After executing the programs on the dataset, final output will again be pushed to Pig. So we will in fact do a deep dive, one complete session on Hive, how Hive can be used, because the easiest way to interact with big data, easiest way to analyze big data is Hive only, because we know SQL. Once we have big data, if you keep it on Hive, if you keep it on Hadoop and Hive is sitting on top of it, if you know SQL, you can simply do all the operations, at least SQL related operations, not all of them but most of them, using Hive. Similarly, Pig also we will do a separate session. At that time we will see how Pig works, what are some of the commands Pig has. In fact, Pig provides us to write user defined functions for our own purpose, so we will see Pig also. In fact, what did we learn in this session? We discussed very basics of MapReduce. This is in no way the whole of MapReduce. MapReduce is huge. Since we are not from Java background, if you are not from Java background, don't even think about writing MapReduce programs, because it is not that easy if you are a non-Java guy. So since we are data analyst, I am assuming that we are not from Java background, so we have to find other ways or shortcuts of approaching the MapReduce. So we discussed only overall MapReduce philosophy and the overall high level algorithm, how map works on lower level, and then how reduce works. Okay, there are many more details in MapReduce programming. In fact, if you are a Hadoop developer, you should take one more advanced MapReduce programming session that will have much more details, making this MapReduce process much more efficient. We saw a few examples of MapReduce. Only Java developers can write MapReduce programmers. So those who are Java developers, now you can take a different path. You can focus more on MapReduce coding. If you're a data analyst, you forget about MapReduce coding. You need to think about some of the high level scripting tools in Hadoop ecosystem. Some of them are Hive, Pig, Scoop and Flume. Okay, in later sessions we will try some of these components that we discussed, Hive, Pig, etc. But this one just to give you a flavor of what exactly is MapReduce.